Hi, Nathan here. Welcome to the Game Pass review series, where I'll be going through the Game Pass library, selecting a game and then reviewing it. If you have any other games you would like me to review in the Game Pass, please let me know in the comments below. With that being said, this is my review of Hotshot Racing. Hotshot Racing is a game out of the 90s launching in 2020. Players who are fans of the old school arcade racing games like Ridge Racer and Outrun will feel right at home. This game is all about speed, drifting and looking awesome while doing it, encouraging you to never let it go on the gas, instead keeping its fast pace and some insane unrealistic drifts to win races. Hotshot knows what it is and stays true to its throwback 90s nostalgia arcade style. The graphics and style stand out in today's gaming, looking like a PlayStation 1 game with a clean gloss over that helps set the arcade theme. Characters, cars and levels have just the right amount of retro that brings this game's charm to life. Cars being very box shaped and pixelated characters never come across as outdated. Having a good amount of detail, it forms its own unique identity with a style that you just don't see too often in today's games. There is nothing like the sound of burning rubber while skidding around a tight corner. When done well, it can add a lot more excitement and hype to even the simplest racing tracks. Important audio sounds can be key to enhance your enjoyment in a game like this. The music is also great. Cheerful and retro-like tunes add further nostalgia to a game that appears like it's from the 90s. To top it all off, the announcer is very vocal at the start of every race, normally explaining each track and what to expect. There are 16 tracks in total, all come with its very own gimmick in terms of visuals. I wouldn't say all of them are top-notch killers, but a large amount are amusing and memorable. You have a good amount of variety with none feeling the same. You'll find yourself racing by the seaside, jungle, Las Vegas and my personal favourite, Dino Dash, which remarkably resembles Jurassic Park. Hotshot Racing comes with a decent amount of game modes, such as Grand Prix, Time Trial, Cops and Robbers and Drive or Explode, and of course online. The online doesn't do too much out the box, playing in casual or ranked with any game mode. Finding randoms to play a game can be a headache at times, so I would strongly recommend you play with friends. Cops and Robbers and Drive or Explode are the unique modes of them all. In Cops and Robbers, one of the 8 racers will start as a cop crashing into other players to take health until they become cops as well. It sounds good on paper, but this mode has way too many exploits you can abuse to win, such as hanging back so you're behind the cops, since it's very unlikely they'll do a U-turn just to catch you. Drive or Explode on the other hand is great fun. You have to maintain driving at top speed, and if your car drops its momentum for too long, you'll explode and you're out. With other racers crashing into you, this isn't as easy as it sounds. The main signature mode will be Grand Prix, each one coming with 4 different tracks with 3 different difficulties to choose from, easy, medium and expert. It's all standard stuff, but what I didn't expect was an ending for each character, which is something that I truly valued.
Oh, in the race? Let's just call that a close second.
There is surprisingly a lot of customization options to unlock for your characters and vehicles. However, the characters only have a total of 3 costumes each, which you're not really going to see anyway with them being in the cars, and that's the biggest problem. A lot of customizations just don't seem worth unlocking, a fair few are unnoticeable. Others can be cool though, and having the option to turn your favourite vehicle into something more your style is a welcome addition. This is where the progression system comes into play. Winning races and completing challenges grants you prize money. Naturally, the better you place in the race, the more money you gain. The challenges are interesting too, asking you to do multiple tasks on the side which will keep you busy, and it's a nice distraction from the main game. Boosting is a massive part of the gameplay. Like many other racers, you have the opportunity to gain speed boosts at the start of the race, working like a minigame in itself. Tapping the gas right into the yellow safe zone, not to under or overdo it, and it works well for such a small detail. You can also slipstream boost by following closer behind another car, If you keep up with them for a few seconds, you will gain an even bigger boost. This game is all about speed and it gives you enough tools to pull this fastness off. The most common boost you will need to use is the one you gain by drifting. The longer you drift, the more you fill your meter. Successfully filling a bar stock grants you a boost to use whenever you want to. However, boosting in first place feels useless. A lot of racing games are guilty of this, but there's a heavy rubber band system in play. For anyone who's unfamiliar, the rubber band system is when you and a CPU have an invisible rubber band glued to each other. So if you're first and gain enough speed to create distance, the CPU will automatically get pulled with you to keep it competitive. It can make the single player feel a bit sour. Drifting is easily the best and most entertaining part of Hotshot Racing. With a pretty easy learning curve, being able to successfully perform a perfect drift to cut corners to pass other players has a nice payoff. Tapping the brakes to control the drift to the right angle while not losing your placement is important to get to grips with. There's a lot of cars to pick from, all come with their own stats. You could really chop it down to 4 categories though: speed, accelerate, drift and all-rounders. It feels underwhelming to have the choice of so many cars for it to only feel like there's only 4 that play different to each other. It took me around 6 to 8 hours to complete all the Grand Prix on all the difficulties to unlock the characters' endings. Once you've done all that, there's not much to do for single player apart from unlocking more gear for your cars. That's why it's so important that this game supports split screen for multiplayer. Without question, this is where you should spend most of your time. Playing split screen or online with friends is what this arcade racer was made for. To weigh it up, the rubber band system in Hotshot Racing is far too aggressive and the single player experience is far too short. Having said that, the art style in this game and the 90s throwback feeling is a welcome change in today's gaming. I would definitely say this game is worth a download, especially if you have friends to play with locally or online. If you enjoyed this video, why not give our channel a subscribe when you can check out other Game Pass reviews just like this one. Or you can check out other videos when we get together and have different group discussions about different gaming topics. I've been Nathan, I'll see you in the next video and GG's.